Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 8. My name is Milenia Eka Saputri and my partner is Firman Hardin Faisi. Will explain after me. We will deliver our material about questionnaire and form design. First is, what is questionnaire? Questionnaire is a formalized set of questions for obtaining information from the respondent. Next is questionnaire design process. First is specify the information needed. The second, specify the type of interviewing method. And the third, determine the content of individual question. The fourth is design the question. Next, decide the question structure, and then determine the question wording, arrange the question in proper order, identify the form and layout, reproduce the questionnaire, and the last is eliminate bugs by pre-testing. Next is we move to individual question content are several questions needed instead of one. For example, the wrong question is, do you think Coca-Cola is a tasty and refreshing soft drink? That is called double-barreled question. And the correct question is, do you think Coca-Cola is a tasty soft drink? And do you think Coca-Cola is refreshing soft drink? Next, overcoming inability to answer the respondent informed. In situation where not all respondents are likely to be informed about the topic of interest, it's called filter question. That measure familiarity and past experience should be asked before question about the topic themselves. A don't know option appears to reduce uninformed response without reducing the respondent rate. Next is overcoming inability to answer. Can the respondent remember? For example, how many gallons of soft drink did you consume during the 4 last week? That is the incorrect question. The correct question is, how often do you consume soft drink in a typical week? And you give the multi-choice. First is less than once a week, 1 to 3 times per week, 4 to 6 times per week, or 6 or more weeks. And then, overcoming inability to answer the respondent articulate. Respondent may unable to articulate certain types of respondents. Describe atmosphere of department store. Respondents should be given aids such as pictures, map, and description to help them articulate their response. Next is overcoming unwillingness to answer. The example for incorrect question. Please list all the departments from which you purchase merchandise on your most recent shopping trip to a department store. It is the incorrect question. The correct question is, in the list that follows, please check all the departments from which you purchase merchandise on your most recent shopping trip to a department store. And then you give the multi-choice. First is women dresses, men's apparel, children's apparel, cosmetics, other, and you specify in the column. Next is choosing question structure, unstructured question. What is unstructured question? Unstructured questions are open-ended questions that respondents answer in their own words. For example, do you intend to buy a new car within the next 6 months? And then choosing question structured question. Structured question specify the set of response alternatives and the respondent format. A structured question might be multiple choice, dichotomous, or a scale. Next is choosing question structure multiple choice question. In multiple choice question, the researcher provides a choice of answer and respondents are asked to select one or more the alternatives given. For the example of the question, do you intend to buy a new car within the next 6 months? First, definitely will not buy. Probably will not buy. Undecided, probably will buy. You can fill the column that you feel that is your answer. Next is choosing question structure dichotomous question. A dichotomous question has only two response alternatives, yes or no, agree or disagree, and etc. Sometimes, given the natural alternatives such as no opinion, I don't know, both, or none. For example, do you intend to buy a new car within the next 6 months? The answer maybe will yes, no, or don't know. Next is choosing question structure with scale. For the example question is, do you intend to buy a new car within the next 6 months? And then each answer will have a point. First answer is definitely will not buy, have 1 point. The next is probably will not buy, have 2 points. And the natural answer is undecided, have 3 points. And then probably will buy, have 4 points. And the last answer is definitely will buy, have 5 points. Next is choosing question wording, define the issue. Define the issue in terms of who, what, when, where, why, and way. For the example, incorrect question is, which brand of shampoo do you use? That is the incorrect question. The correct question is, which brand of shampoo have you personally used during the last month? In case of more than one brand, please list all the brands that you apply. That is the correct question. And that is all material from me. And then next we'll continue by my partner Firman Handi Nurfaisi. Thank you.
So, my name is Firman Handi Nurfaisi. I will continue millennial presentation about questionnaire and form. Choosing question wording, define the issue. Define the issue in terms of who, what, when, where, why, and the why of 6 WS. WVS. Which brand of shampoo do you use? Which the brand of the shampoo have your personality used at home during the last month? In case of more than one brand, please list all the brands that apply. Choosing question word, use ordinary word. Do you think the distribution of soft drink is adequate? Do you think soft drink are readily available when you want to buy them? Choosing question wording, use Nabico as word. In typically month, how often do you shop in department stores? The first, never. Second, sometimes. And third, often. And avoid implied alternative. Do you like to fly when traveling short distance? Do you like to fly when traveling short distance, or would you rather drive? Avoid generalization and estimates. What is the annual per capita expenditure on groceries in your household? What is the monthly expenditure on groceries in your household? And how many members are there in your household? Determining the order of question. The first, opening question. The opening question should be interesting, simple, and non-threatening. The second type of information, as a generally guideline, basic information should be obtained first, followed by classification, and finally identification information. The third, difficult question. Difficult question or question which are sensitive, embarrassing, complex, or dull should be placed late in the sequence. And the fourth, effect on subsequent question. General question should precede the specific question. Effect on subsequent question. General question should predict the specific question. What considered are important your business? Selecting a department store. In the selecting department store, how important is convenience of location? Logical order. The following guideline should be followed for branching question. The first, the question being branched, or the one of to which the respondent is being directed, should be placed as close as possible to the causing of branching. And the second, the branching question should be ordered so that the respondent can anticipate what additional information will be required. Form and layout. The first, divide the questionnaire into several parts. The second, the question in each part should be numbered, particularly when branching questionnaires are used. The third, the questionnaire should preferably be pro-coded. And the fourth, the questionnaire themselves should be numbered serially. Reproduction of the questionnaire. The first, the questionnaire should be reproduced on good quality paper and have a professional appearance. The second, questionnaire should take the form of booklet rather than a number of sheets of paper clipped or stapled together. The third, each question should be reproduced on single page. The fourth, vertical response column should be used for individual question. The fifth, grid are useful when there are the number of related questions which use the same set of response categories. The seventh, the tendency to count questions together to make the questionnaire look shorter should be avoided. And the last, direction for individual question should be placed as close to the question as possible. Presenting refers to the testing of the questionnaire on a small sample of respondents to identify and eliminate potential problems. Questionnaire design checklist. Step 1. Specify the information model. Step 2. Type of interviewing method. Step 3. Individual question content. Step 4. Overcome inability and unwillingness to answer. Step 5. Choose question structure. Step 6. Choose question wording. Step 7. Determine the order question. Step 8. Form and layout. Step 9. Reproduce the questionnaire. And the last step 10. Pretest. Thank you for your attending the presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.